My girlfriend told me, I need space, let's just be friends. I said, all right. Then I did exactly that. I canceled our joint subscriptions, changed the Netflix password, and asked for the car keys back. 72 hours later, she was at my door, pounding like her life depended on it. I'm 32M, and for the first time in 4 years, I'm sitting in a quiet apartment. Not lonely, just quiet. 2 nights ago, my girlfriend of 4 years, Era, 29F, sat me down on the couch we bought together. I could tell what was coming the moment I saw her expression, serious but detached. My stomach sank. She gave me a 10-minute speech about personal growth, feeling stifled, and needing to find herself. It was textbook therapy speak, polished and practiced. The punchline came with a soft, pitying smile. I think we should just be friends. I need some space. I'd read enough breakup stories to know what usually happens next: the begging, the pleading, the desperate questions. And yeah, it hurt. But something in me snapped into focus. This wasn't a discussion, it was a done deal. So, instead of breaking down, I just nodded. Okay, if that's what you want. She looked surprised, then relieved. Good, I'm glad you're being mature about this. She said she'd stay at her friend Chloe's for a few days, packed a small bag, gave me an awkward hug, and left. When the door clicked shut, I exhaled. The pain was there, but beneath it was clarity. She wanted friendship, not partnership. Fine, that meant our lives needed to be untangled. I'm a list maker, so I opened my laptop. Subscriptions, Netflix, Spotify Family, our meal kit service all under my account. I reset the passwords, removed her from Spotify, and canceled the meal kit. Saved $110 per month. The car. 2 years ago, I bought a sedan in my name, title, insurance, payments. She drove it daily, but legally, it was mine. Friends don't carry that kind of liability for each other. I texted her, calm and factual. Since we're taking space and figuring out friendship, I'll need the car back. Insurance-wise, it doesn't work if you're the main driver. Let me know when I can pick up the keys. The apartment. It's my lease, my place, no legal tie to her. I didn't change the locks, just figured I'd give her a chance to collect her stuff like a normal person. It wasn't revenge, it was boundaries. If we were just friends, I'd treat her exactly like one. That was 48 hours ago. No reply to my text. By now, she'd have noticed Spotify and Netflix were gone. The meal kit canceled itself this morning. Then came the knock, fast, sharp, insistent. Definitely her, definitely not friendly. Update 1. The knocking didn't stop. I took a breath, checked the peephole. Yep, Era. She looked frazzled. Hair messy, face tight with frustration. I opened the door. What the hell is your problem? She snapped. No greeting. I leaned against the frame. Not sure what you mean. My Spotify logged out mid-song. Netflix won't work, and you're demanding the car back. What the hell are you doing? I stayed calm. I'm doing exactly what you asked. You said you wanted space, that you wanted to be friends. Friends don't share streaming accounts or cars. I'm just cleaning things up. She stared at me like I'd grown a second head. Cleaning things up? I said I needed space, not for you to blow up our entire life. I need that car for work. I get it's inconvenient, I said, sincerely, but the car is mine, and I'm liable for it. You can grab your stuff anytime, just let me know when. That's when her tone shifted. My stuff? We live here, and that car is mine. You bought it for me. I bought it while we were together. I corrected gently. That relationship is over. You said we're friends. I'm treating you like one. She threw her hands up. This is petty and vindictive. My God, Leo was right about you. And there it was. The name. Leo, her work friend. The one she'd been having drinks with a little too often. The name hung in the air, Leo. The one whose texts popped up on her phone at all hours. My gut had been screaming about him for weeks, but I ignored it. I trusted her. I must have let something slip across my face, because she instantly backtracked. That's not what I meant. Who's Leo, Era? I asked, calm but steady. He's just a friend from work. He's been supportive through all this. All of what? Ending our 4-year relationship? You're twisting my words, she snapped. I just needed space, and you go and blow everything up. You're trying to control me, just like he said you would. So that was it. Leo had been in her ear, painting me as the villain. She wanted the thrill of something new while keeping my car, my apartment, my wallet. Her let's be friends routine wasn't a breakup, it was a scam. I held out my hand. Keys. Now. She scoffed. No. I need it. I'll ask once more nicely. Please give me the keys to my car. She crossed her arms. And if I don't? Call the cops? That'll look great for you. I didn't blink. Okay. I pulled out my phone, not to dial 911, but to open my car's app. The sedan was parked down the street. 3 taps, doors locked, alarm blaring. The horn erupted into the night. Her eyes widened. Neighbors turned to look. What did you do? She shrieked. The car's locked. The alarm stays on until I turn it off. Next step? Report it stolen. It's in my name. They'll find you with it, and you'll have to explain. Last chance, the keys. Her face twisted in rage. Chest heaving, she dug through her purse and slapped the keys into my palm. I silenced the alarm. The quiet hit harder than the noise. Now, I said coldly, you have 48 hours to schedule a time to get your things. After that, the locks change. She glared pure venom, then stormed off. I shut the door, my hands shaking not from fear, but adrenaline. This wasn't just a breakup anymore. This was war. Update 2. The last week has been a crash course in entitlement. She ignored the 48-hour deadline. No call, no text. So I hired a locksmith and changed the locks. Cost, $250. Peace of mind, priceless. I also installed a discreet camera aimed at the front door. Something told me I'd need it. I was right. The first trick came the next day. My credit card company called, someone tried reporting my card as stolen. Security questions weren't answered correctly, so it was flagged. I confirmed I had the card and added extra protections. Trick 2 was worse. 2 days later, I got a calendar invite from HR, mandatory meeting. I walked in to find my boss, Mark, and HR rep Susan waiting, faces serious. My stomach knotted. Thanks for coming, Susan began. We've received an anonymous email making allegations about your conduct outside of work. We need to review it with you. She turned her laptop. The email was brutal, accusing me of being unstable, controlling, even harassing my ex. A clear attempt to smear me as a workplace risk. My blood ran cold, but I forced calm. Susan, Mark, this is false. My girlfriend ended things last week. It hasn't been amicable. This is retaliation because I took back my car, canceled joint accounts, and enforced boundaries. This email is malicious, not truthful. Mark leaned forward. Susan, I've managed him for 4 years. He's one of the most even-tempered people I've worked with. Deadlines, clients, pressure, he's never been anything but professional. Susan shut the laptop with finality. Given your track record and Mark's input, we're considering this a malicious personal matter, not a workplace issue. We'll document it, but there's no action needed. If you need support, the Employee Assistance Program is available. I left that meeting shaken but steady. She had tried to hit my livelihood. This wasn't just petty anymore, it was dangerous. That night, my new camera paid for itself. Around 11 p.m., my phone buzzed with a motion alert. I opened the feed, and my blood ran cold. The doorknob to my apartment was turning. A key slipped in, jiggled, failed, a pause, then tried again. It was Era. When it didn't work, she just stood there, staring at the door for a full minute before walking away. I saved the footage. That was it. She'd tried my job, now my home. It wasn't about being mature anymore. It was about survival. And then I remembered her parents. David and Karen had always treated me with kindness, practical, old-school people. They even chipped in $5,000 toward the car back when we bought it. If anyone deserved the truth, it was them. I typed a message to David. Hi David, as you may or may not know, Era and I have broken up. I'm selling the sedan, and I'd like to return the $5,000 you and Karen contributed. What's the best way to get it back to you? 5 minutes later, my phone rang. What are you talking about? David said sharply. Era told us it was just a fight. Call me. I did, and with that call, everything changed. Final update. It's over, finally. I told David everything calmly, factually: the breakup, the car, the fake HR complaint, even the footage of her trying to get into my apartment. I offered to send proof. Silence. Then David said, voice low, Karen and I are coming down tomorrow. When they arrived, they looked exhausted. Karen's eyes were red. David's face was stone. They wanted the truth but were still clinging to the version their daughter had fed them. I get it, I said. Words can be twisted. Videos can't. I showed them the footage of her with the key. Karen's hand flew to her mouth. David's jaw tightened. He tried to cling to doubt. I want to believe there's another explanation. Then let's ask her, I said, pulling out my phone. Call her. Speakerphone. He did. Hi, Dad, Era chirped, way too cheerful. Era, David said flatly, we're at my name's apartment. He showed us video of you trying his door with an old key. Explain. Silence, then frantic stammering. No, I was just worried about him. I wasn't. He's twisting things. You were worried at 11 p.m. with a key you weren't supposed to have? David pressed. Her voice cracked into panic. He's controlling me. He stole my car. David's tone went ice cold. He offered to pay us back the $5,000 we gave you for that car. Funny you forgot to mention that. Just like you forgot to mention you were dumped, not having a fight. What's going on, Era? Her story collapsed in real time, sputtering, crying, deflecting. It was brutal. David cut her off. We'll talk later. Don't move. He hung up. 20 minutes later, she showed up, pale, hollow-eyed. Her parents were waiting. The confrontation wasn't loud, it was surgical. They dismantled her lies one by one. Chloe's couch. Just a friend, Leo. Me being the villain. Gone. The fallout was swift. Her parents told her they were ashamed. They demanded she pay them back the $5,000 herself and cut all financial support. She had 48 hours to collect her belongings without their help. The next day, a moving service arrived. She didn't even come inside. She sat in the truck while strangers boxed up her life and carried it out. 2 weeks later, I sold the car to an online dealer. As soon as the money cleared, I wired David and Karen their $5,000. His reply was short but heavy. We're deeply sorry. We wish you the best. And that was that. I blocked Era, Leo, and anyone tied to them. I don't know what became of them. And the most freeing thing is, I don't care. The quiet in my apartment no longer feels empty. It feels like peace, the clean silence of a chapter closed, and the sound of finally, mercifully, moving on.